Huh? What did YouTube do to my audio? It was perfect when I edited it. I can almost guarantee that YouTube has compressed your audio, which will cause problems for it. And the fact that audio is probably the most important aspect when it comes to video making, we want to make sure that we do this correctly. So let's see, how do we check what YouTube did to our audio? On this very video, I want you to take your mouse, right click, and come down to Stats for Nerds. Now, once that comes up, I want you to come down to where it says volume/normalized. You will see the volume percentage that you're listening at, and next to it, the decibels that it has been normalized to. Our target is to get 0.0 decibels, but I'm not sure what this video is. Can you comment below? What number do you see? So you can do this with your videos too, but here are a few examples of what mine were, which were not correct. And then I learned how to export this correctly in Davinci Resolve to make sure that we get it to perfect levels. Now this is going to be a little bit of a process, but we can make sure you get the best audio for the viewer's experience. Let's check it out. So we're going to get started here on the edit page first, because Davinci Resolve has some built-in features that will help us with YouTube. If we just follow the directions, everything should work out well. So the first thing we got to do is we're going to come down here to this little cog in the bottom, project settings, and click on that. It will probably come up on master settings. You come down to your Fairlight, and you're going to come to this, which says target loudness level, and we're going to bring it down to -14 LUFS. This is the very important aspect for YouTube. I'm already there, so I'm just going to press cancel. Make sure you set yours to -14. Next, we need to normalize all of this audio. And luckily, Davinci Resolve has some built-in features for that. So I'm going to select all my voice audio, and then I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to come up to Normalize Audio Levels. Click on that, and as you can see, I have come down and I've selected YouTube. There's many different kinds, but for what we are doing, let's just stick to YouTube. Click on that, and as you can see, the target level is -1 dBTF and -14 LKFS, which is the LUFS. Make sure that you select independent. That will make sure that they all go to their own levels, and hit normalize. Now you can see all of my audio is now normalized to the standard for YouTube. What I do recommend is you go into any of these small little cuts and double check them before you move forward, because sometimes this can get expanded a lot and you'll want to bring that back down. So let me go back to the full timeline, and now I'm going to do my sound effects. Select them all, do exactly the same thing. Right click, normalize audio levels, YouTube, normalize, and make sure it's on independent. And now I'm going to do the same thing with my music. Right click, normalize audio levels, and YouTube. So I just want to take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Chad. I make Davinci Resolve tutorials and create systems and processes to help you streamline your workflow. This way you can focus on your business growth. If you're finding this information is helpful to you, I would really appreciate it if you would like to help the channel by giving me a thumbs up and subscribe. Great, so now we are finished with the edit page. We're going to go into Fairlight for a little bit, but don't worry, it's not too scary. So click on Fairlight, and we're going to come here. Let us bring that in a little bit. There is a longer process that you can do, which you can actually play this, and it's going to show all the loudness and everything through here. However, I'm going to do this very simply for YouTube, and if you have a long video, this is going to save you a lot of time. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up to this menu here, and we're going to go to Timeline, click on that. We'll come down to this. It says Bounce Mix to Track. Click on that. Then we're going to come over here where it says Do Not Bounce, and we're going to come down to New Track. Okay, what we're going to do here is press OK, and it's going to analyze all of this audio, and what it does, it compresses it all into one track down here, and it created a new track. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just come over to Audio 7 or whatever it is on yours, and go ahead and type Bounce. Now what we're going to do is we need to analyze and see what levels do we have. So let's right click on that, and we're going to come up to Analyze Audio Levels. Do not hit Normalize, hit Analyze. And when you do that, this little window will pop up. and we're going to select YouTube and hit Analyze. And as you can see, this is +4 dBFS and down at -12.8 LUFS. It is not what we want. So we have to fix that. You could do individual tracks. However, what we're going to do is we're going to work with a limiter. So we're going to just drag out this. And now let's come all the way over to the right where we have our bus 1. So all of our audio tracks through to that bus 1. And what we're going to do is we're just going to press the plus key. Then we're going to come down to Dynamics, come over to Fairlight Effects, and then come over to Limiter and click on that. And that's going to bring up this limiter. Now, next thing I want to do is I want to delete this off of the bounce track. Just get rid of that. We need to make some adjustments in here. What we're going to do is we're going to grab this. We're going to pull this over to -1. That's going to limit our top portion. So now let's try bouncing the mix to track again with this at -1 dBTF. What you're going to do this time, however, you're going to do the same thing here. Go to bounce mix to track. And this time, instead of going to new track, let's go to that bounce track that we just created. Press OK. And we're going to do the same thing again. Right click, Analyze, YouTube. And now you can see here, we're at -1.1 dBFS. This is very close, and as you can see, it's in the yellow. The yellow is good for the YouTube. Here, this is in -13.5 LUFS, which is not good. It's in the red. We need -14 or very close to it. So we need to make a little adjustment on our input. And since it's in the minus, we want to bring it down a bit. So I'm going to grab this, I'm going to drag it down minus. I'm just going to -1 since it was so close. And let's try it again. Delete the track, bounce mix to track, bounce track, okay. Analyze, Analyze. And now as you can see, I am very, very close. However, it's not perfect. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make that just a little bit closer. However, you could just upload directly with this and it's going to be very close and probably not have any problems. So I'm going to bring this up to that 3. I'm going to bring this down that 1. Right there. And let's see how that does. Okay, so now you can see I have gotten this to absolute perfect range. And this is what I would like to export with. However, before you export your video, you must delete this track. Do not leave that track there when you export or it is going to mess up your audio because it's not a good quality audio. Now, I do want to mention a few of these things that are going on here. When you're doing this, you might have to increase this a lot. For me, on this specifically, I had to decrease it. So whatever you have to do with this knob really depends on how your audio has come out. Just be sure to go through and normalize everything to YouTube. Okay, so I brought this up. This was my last project, and I just wanted to show you very quickly what my export was on that one. As you can see, this one was at a -1.1 dBFS for the true peak, and the integrated was -14.1. And on this export, there was no normalization from YouTube. That was the 0.0 that you saw. And I just wanted to show you that here, as you can see on this one, I had to increase everything to 14.2 on this input, and I brought my ceiling down to -1.1. I hope this video has been helpful to you, and if you've been confused about anything, please drop a comment below, and I will do my best to get back to you as quickly as possible. If you'd like to learn more about Davinci Resolve, take a look at one of these videos, and I'll see you in the next one.